Welcome back. Now let's continue with application questions. The first one, prove that the following lines are not parallel and state the reasons. Let's look at the information that we have. We are given 100 degrees, which is that angle there. We are given 75, which is that angle there. But what we know is that angle here, I'll make it with an X, that angle there is vertically opposite to 100 degrees. So we can use that information first, or we can use, okay, let's see how we use that information. If this angle and X are vertically opposite, that makes that angle 100 degrees as well. And because of that corner there, those would be regarded as co-interior angles. So let's see, it would be 100 degrees plus 75, and they are supposed to give us 180 as co-interior angles. Therefore, 100 degrees plus 75 degrees gives us 175 degrees. It does not give us 180. Therefore, these two lines are not parallel, because if it gave us 180, then it would make the two lines parallel. So we then say lines are not parallel. Lines are not parallel because co-interior angles are not equal to 180, not equal to 180 degrees. So because of that, we know. Another way we could have used would be to say 75 alternates with that angle Y there. And if 75 alternates with angle Y, then they are sitting on a straight line, 100 degrees and Y, it would be still give us 175. I'm merely opening up to some of the options you can use to resolve these questions. You could also take 75. Okay, let me use a different pen so that you'll be able to see these differences. Let's use Y there. So you could use that angle on angles on a straight line, and that would give you 175, which would then say that if that is 175, that means then those two angles are not supplementary, because supplementary angles give us 180. You could also use 75 as a corresponding angle to an angle below 100. So those are options you could use to find the answer that proves that these two lines are not parallel. Let's look at the next question. The second application question reads as follows: prove if the two lines AB and CD are parallel or not, and give reasons. Let's look at the two lines. Line AB at the intersection has an angle of 50 degrees. Line CD has an angle of 125. However, this angle 50 is vertically opposite to the angle this side, and when that angle is added to 125, they are referred to as co-interior. So 50 plus 125 should 50 degrees plus 125 degrees should give us 180 degrees. But when we add them, we discover that they give us 175 degrees, which is not equals to 180 degrees. And therefore, these co-interior angles are not giving us 180, and therefore AP is not parallel to CD, because the co-interior angles do not add up to 180 degrees, are not 108, do not add up to 180 degrees. All right, the next one. The next question: in the diagram below, determine the values of the angles marked A to H. All right, when you look at the diagram, you would already see that one first fact is that the lines are parallel. And then we are given one angle which is 43 degrees. 43 degrees is vertically opposite to angle B, so angle B equals to 43 degrees. And then 43 degrees and angle G are corresponding, so it would be angle G is also 43 degrees. And 43 degrees and F are alternating, so angle F is also 43 degrees. And then we look at the others. Look at angle 43 degrees and angle A. They are on a straight line. Let's change color so that you see that now we are looking at a different part of it. They are on a straight line, which means they are supplementary. And so angle A plus angle 43 degrees equals to 180. And because they are angles on a straight line, they are supplementary. And therefore, angle A equals to 180 degrees minus 43 degrees, which then says angle A, angle A equals to 147 degrees. And if angle A is 147 degrees and it's vertically opposite to angle C, then angle C is also 147 degrees.
37.
And if angle C is 137, angle E is 137 as well, because they are alternating angles. 100, let me write that properly, 137 degrees. And then if angle E is 137, then angle H is vertically opposite. It is also 137 degrees. So we've determined all of them, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Let's look at the next one. Find the size of alternate angles in the figure below. So we know that alternate angles are between the parallel lines. There's the sign that these lines are parallel. So between the parallel lines, and they are on the same side. One is on the left or the right, above or below the transversal. So in this case, we are speaking of that angle B, which is above the transversal, and angle G at the bottom of the transversal. We know that angle 56 and angle G are vertically opposite. Therefore, angle G equals to 56 degrees. And if angle G alternates with angle B, then angle B also equals 56 degrees. And there is another set of alternate angles, that is angle E and angle D. And if angle 56 and angle E are equals to 180, let me use a different color so that we do not mix. Angle E and 56, it would be angle E plus 56 equals to 180 degrees. And these are supplementary angles. And therefore, angle E equals to 180 minus 56 degrees. And let me write that properly. 56 degrees. And therefore, 180 minus 56 is 124 degrees. So E is 124. And E and angle D are alternate. Therefore, angle D is equals to 124 degrees as well. So we're using only our knowledge of alternate angles to determine the sizes of these angles. Let's look at the next question, which is find the unknown angle X, Y, and Z in the diagram that follows. We are only given this symbol that says these three lines are parallel, and we are only given that angle there. However, when we look at that angle and that angle there, we realize that they correspond because they are sitting in the same position, which is below the transversal and on the left-hand side. On the left-hand side of the parallel lines. Therefore, angle X equals to 105 because the lines are parallel. Therefore, angle X equals to 105 and they are therefore referred to as corresponding angles. Look at angle X, and angle X is opposite that angle here, and therefore if X is 105, that angle is also 105 degrees. And now, where that angle is positioned, because the lines are parallel, those two angles are then, the co-interior angles are supplementary. Therefore, angle Y plus 105 degrees equals to 180. And like I say, because the lines are parallel, those co-interior angles are supplementary. And therefore, angle Y equals to 180 degrees minus 105 degrees. And therefore, angle Y equals to 75 degrees. So that's our value for angle Y. And then we now go back to finding the angle Z. Let's use a different color. Angle Z equals to 105, and the reason for that is that angle Z corresponds with the angle 105. Therefore, angle Z is 105, and because the lines are parallel, therefore these are corresponding angles. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Next question. Determine the value of the unknown angles A and B. When you see a diagram like that, the first thing that you look at is, are the lines parallel? When you see the arrowheads, you then realize that the two lines are parallel. And because the lines are parallel, when you look at angle A and angle 72 degrees, you would realize that those two angles are in the same position. They are on the right-hand side of the parallel lines and above the transversal. Therefore, angle A equals to 72 degrees. And that is because the lines are parallel and therefore corresponding angles are equal. Let's look at angle B. Let's use a different color. Angle B and angle A are sitting on a straight line, and therefore angles on a straight line are supplementary. So angle A plus angle B equals to 180 degrees. And therefore, since A is 72 degrees and B is what we need to find out, then angle B equals to 180 degrees minus 72 degrees. Therefore, angle B equals to 108 degrees. That's our value for angle B. Let's stop there for now and go for an ad break. See you shortly.